My name is Tuliamanya Alan and I'm going to discuss arrays. So when we look at the definition of arrays, we see that an array is a collection of data items, all of the same data accessed using a common name. We see that these arrays have a common name and with the accessed using the common name with the same data. So we are going to look at how they are working, how they work in C programming. So when we go to our presentation, we see that include, which there it has int main. So when we say int, this is the data type with the size, which is always written in the curly brackets. So we shall have our int as the data type, then max as the data name, then size in the curly brackets, which means the 5 will represent the 5 characters, but the 5 elements. Each element will have an index. So which means 10 element 10 has an index 0, whereby the compiler will use 0 to find 10 as we are compiling. So which means we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 as our elements, and now the indices we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the computer understands zeros and ones, so it starts from 0 to give indices to each element. So when we come here to the C here, where we command, we put int I stands for the size. So we say if size equals 0 and now I is size less than 0, the size. So if it is I plus plus, so when we print and when we print out, so if we compile, the compiler, you see it brings that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but it used the indices within that we gave, and that's how we deal with arrays. Thank you.
Kasat mai wajen da mai cigoi.
This is a long subject presenting some group work or group representation work. So we are going to look at pointers. First of all, pointers, these are variables that store addresses of another variables. Pointers, there are different types of pointers. We have the null, wild, there is void. There are also these types of, they are also known nearby pointers. Void pointers, they are also known as generic pointers. They are created using the keyword void. It is used to store any variable address. Wild pointers are pointers that are initialized by anything. They are used to do actually different things. Null pointers, these are pointers that contain value 0. This is useful when you don't have any address assigned to the pointers. Then we are also going to see how you can use our pointers. Here on our pointers, we start like this. First put here our skeleton, pointer hashtag include. We open our printf, then our pointers here shall start as the integer which we have a variable as farmers, which is equal to 60. Then our integer pointer declaration shall have it as p. Then our pointer variable declaration, which is the ampersand of the farmers. Printf, this is our number of farmers, which are represented by %\n to make our pointer declaration. Then here when you compile, that is our output will look like.
Okay, mainly I'm here to summarize about Runanga structures in C. Structures are user-defined data type available in C that allows to combine data items of different kinds. They are used to represent a record. To define a structure, you must use the struct element statements that defines new data types with more than one member. For example, you can use structure name, or you can use data type member 1, or you can use data type member 2. When a struct type is declared, no storage is allocated to allocate storage of a given structure type and work with it. One needs to create variables. Now, on this point of structures, we used this format. We used this format to output our structure. We entered it from here. So after entering our data here in structures in C, we came out with the output. The output is here with Simon Zabwe footballer. So when I enter a name here like Oswald, it will display the following outcomes. So that's what structures in C gave us as an output. Secondly, I will also tackle on input and output in C. Mainly input in C, it's scanf, because scanf is the one which we use to input something that you need to be outputted, and the output mainly it's the printf, because here as you can see here, the printf is the one that outputs something from what we have entered using C.
Good afternoon. So I'll be presenting about strings in C++. So basically, a string is the sequence of characters. It is translated with a null character. So, as you had said, these strings they are terminated when you are doing. We include the s. You include the string. You include the string function, which is stri.h in the header file. So, as you can see, we